Sorry about that. My grandfather wanted me.
Oh, that's cool. Sorry about that.
One buff weeb. How are you enjoying local nerds at the?
So far, so good, Eric. I'm trying to get along with your previous co-host, which is now my co-host. And how did you talk to this brick wall?
Oh, well. She kept, checking up on me after my departure, which I was a little upset, yes, but
Mhm.
I got a bone to pickle with you, Mr. Weeb.
You can't pickle bones, but yeah, continue.
So do you really think you have what it takes to take my job and do it better than me?
Yes, and I've been doing it even before I had your job. So this is the bad thing I'm going to tell you, Eric. Yes, yes. But my real thing is, if me and you went head to head, do you think you can really take on the weeb? That's the real question for you.
Well, guess who just, well, do you happen to be the one who saved local nerds from being canceled?
Yes.
And, having the top donos in there.
I can't say top donos, yes, but from the support I've been seeing in my, what are we doing, Eric?
Nope, that happened to be me. I was the one who saved local nerds. They could admit it. We became the top show that surpassed both local, uh, Test, Madhouse, and Cafe.
Uh,
Sorry, hate to brag a bit, and
uh,
Ken and Bean. Uh, but you know what? Uh, uh, it's not gonna last. Hope you.
okay. Well, I'm the new buff bald co-host. You guys already know what to put in the chat. My army is growing by the day, every day. We're doing more and more better things. We're reaching higher
Poltergeist
heights
super
and
chatted
powers. Ooh,
$99.99. Be
Pokey.
careful. We haven't seen Eric in this channel
Ah,
for #WeBarmy.
taking it off. Taking it off. Buff
Why are
bald
you doing
co-host.
that? Why are you doing that?
What do you mean?
Why are
Pokey
we?
Gaga just donated $100 of
Okay,
his
I'll give him.
hard-earned money
I'll give him
in the
like two
support of the
gunshots.
Weeaboo Army. Shut up. The Weeaboo Army is growing every day, Eric. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a promo on you. Do you think you can come here and take the job that I took from you after Keemstar got rid of you? You've been banished from this land. You want to know why, Eric? It's because of simple fucking Lego video. And until you finish that Lego video, you have no chance of getting your job back. Do you understand me?
Oh, I wouldn't fucking count on it, one buff weeb. Cause I've been looking into Discord and yesterday, and people have actually missed me being on local
Yeah, they
nerds.
do.
I have.
You know what, Eric? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. People love you. People do miss you. You are an important part of this community, and that will never change. Let me know that. I'm letting you know that. I respect you. I think that you have way more potential than anybody ever gives you.
So watching this was very interesting because of all the people to kind of act like this, I kind of felt Eric acting like this was sort of a show. It wasn't really like, not saying it wasn't who he is, but it was more of a show if you know what I'm saying. Now, if you're not aware, Eric has more or less been removed from Local Nerd. Now, he still is the host, he still has his role, right? But he was removed like 2 days ago, right? From when Buff, because when Buff Weed took his place. Well, no, he didn't take his place. He got replaced with one Buff Weed, who honestly is a lot better than Eric. Like, and I'm not to really down on the guy, but one Buff Weed is much more entertaining, and it kind of comes down to first off, I think their personality, the character, the mannerism, and that also includes their speaking. I know I'm not the best when it's coming to speaking. I know I do stutter, I do mumble. I've had audio issues in the past before. Currently now, for some reason, my mic is having some issues. But I understand. At the same time, it is important to be able to say what you want in a very clear manner without stuttering, right? It's important to enunciate your word. And I think Eric, if he was able to have those issues resolved, I think he would have been a lot better at the whole. But also, I just think the one reason why Eric is trying to get back his job is mostly because of Zay. And I'm saying it very confidently because if Glammy would have stuck around, right, then they would have been constantly fighting. It would have been 2 or 3 days of them constantly fighting, and that would have been entertaining for the next couple of days, right? And with one buff, we're already seeing that they're constantly having tension. They're constantly fighting. It's sort of like a parallel to Rastov and Twiggy, where there's a clear distinction between them, and there's a lot of tension. I think it's sort of similar, but I think the key difference is I think where Twiggy goes way too far, one buff weed is a lot more calm and relaxed, and just a lot more of a chill person than Twiggy. As well, back to Eric, I think Zay wants him back on the ground that he's easy to control. Now, I do think they're friends. I will give her the benefit that they do treat each other like friends and they act like friends, and they probably are friends. But at the same time, Eric doesn't fight back. Eric doesn't really gives her any pressure. Eric will let her do whatever she wants for her own show. And that's how I see it. And I'm not saying Eric doesn't want his job back, right? He probably saw the money and saw how good it was. But at the same time, you can't deny that there is an underlying reason for Zay to want him back. Because One Buff Weed is a lot more of a domineering person. His personality is a lot more dominant. Chill, but a lot more dominant. A lot more energetic. A lot more, I guess, a lot more, what's the word? Not affection, but a lot, I guess, like, very much, like, attractive. In a sense that his personality is a lot more that people will like. He passed the vibe check, if you know what I'm trying to refer. And I'm not saying, and again, I'm not trying to down on Eric. And truthfully, I know other people who have said that Eric shouldn't really be in this kind of position. I kind of agree and disagree, mostly on the grounds of this is the only kind of job where he'll get a lot of money for, because Eric is highly autistic and he has high functioning autism, so a job like this will be like a dream job for people like him. Let's just be real. At the same time, when he gets a lot of crap or pushback or get name called, he kind of like gets mad and kind of crashes out, which is like, well, come on, dude. Like, a lot of other people who are in your position who do stream get a lot of crap, they handle it better. So I was just kind of grew up. Do I think he's gonna get his job back? I really doubt it unless they try to pull a move on One Buff Weed. But even then, I'm not even sure because there's a lot more people who are becoming members and who are wanting to show more because of One Buff Weed and not really for Zay. Now, Eric can say that he saved lolcownerd, which is not the case. Truthfully, Zay saved lolcownerd. You didn't really, Eric. People like Eric, but there's a different. But you need to always separate the people you like and the people who can do the job right. And in this case, One Buff Weed is doing the job right, and people like him. With that being said, have a good one. Be safe and God bless. Till next time, y'all. Be safe and God bless.